Hey everyone, Chef Tom here. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to make dessert for my family. It's an apple galette, and we've done this recipe in our PC cooking school and it's been so popular. So let's get at it. So first of all, I want to show you the ingredients we're going to use for our pastry. We have 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 95 grams of unsalted butter. I'm going to be using a tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of ice water. The water's got to be really nice and cold. So that's for our pastry. Now let me show you the filling, our apple filling. So I'm going to start with some Gala apples, 1.5 pounds. You can use Mitsu, Crispin, whatever you have. I have Gala, so that's why we're using that. Then I've got a tablespoon of butter. I have 1/3 cup of sugar. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and a tablespoon of lemon juice. So let's get at it. Okay, so let's start on our pastry. So put our flour in a larger bowl, add our sugar, salt. Want to mix that together a little bit. Then we're going to add in our butter. Get that all in there. What I'm going to do is just start working the butter into the flour with my pastry blender. Time now to start adding in our water. So mix that all together. That looks good. So the water, just through the strainer so we catch that ice. And then we're just going to mix this in quickly and get our hands in there and work that in there beautifully. We want to get that into one solid ball before we wrap it and put it in the fridge. So that's great. We've incorporated all our dough together, picking up all those little pieces of flour, bringing it all together. And our next step is going to be wrapping it up. It's really important not to overwork your pastry dough because it's going to be tough. So once it comes together, we want to stop. So now, piece of saran wrap. We're going to wrap this baby up and put it right in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Just wrap it up just like that. And in the fridge it goes, like I said, for about 30 minutes. So while our pastry is in the fridge, let's work on our filling, our apple filling. So what we've done is we've peeled and sliced all these apples, and I've got the pan on around medium-high heat. So I'm just going to add those apples in there simply, just like that. And then I'm going to add our cinnamon and sugar and our lemon juice. And then I'm just going to stir these, and I'm going to cook these for about 12 minutes until they're nice and soft. They're almost there. They've been cooking for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add in our butter, get that all in there. Mix that in together and give it another couple minutes, and our apples are done. Now we want to cool them off. So I'm just going to bring them over, put them in a bowl, and then we just want to cool those, get those to room temperature. We don't want them to be too hot when we're putting it into our pastry. Okay, so now it's time to roll out our dough. We've taken it out of the fridge. So simply unwrap. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of flour. We don't want too much on here. And then we're simply going to start rolling it out, just like that. Trying to make a nice circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we just keep rolling and give it a turn. Okay, so we've rolled our dough out to about 1/8 of an inch. And now what we're going to do is just roll it onto our rolling pin, bring in our parchment paper and our tray, and just simply lift that and just roll it onto our pan. So there we are. Spread out the apple a little bit to the edges, not all the way. And now we can start folding in our pastry for our galette. And there we have it, our galette. We have our galette nicely wrapped. I'm just going to add a little bit of egg on here. That'll give it great color when we put it in the oven. So typically you would use coarse sugar, but I don't have coarse sugar. So I'm just going to use granulated sugar just for the outside, which is going to give me a great color. Coarse sugar would be better, but hey, you got to use what you have. So there we go. If you don't want to make the pastry, you can always get store-bought pastry. President's Choice has a great puff pastry. Roll that out and do the same thing. So there's lots of options here. Okay, our galette's ready to go in the oven. So our oven's at 425 degrees. We've preheated that, and it's gonna be in the oven for about 25 minutes. So in it goes. Okay, so we've taken out our apple galette. It's been 25 minutes, and I put it on a board. I let it sit here for about 5 minutes to cool off a little bit. And then you can add some caramel sauce on here, or what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sprinkle some icing sugar around just like that. Make it look nice and pretty. And there you have it. Apple galette, great dessert for your family. I hope you enjoy it. Keep cooking and I'll see you soon.